Hey guys, Destinygundum, and today we're going to be doing a Transformer review, on Transformers R.I.D. Wheeljack from Transformers Prime. So here he is, and might I say that he's looking just great in his vehicle mode. Now, one thing I gotta say about the vehicle mode is it is nice, it is sleek, it's sexy, it's got all these nice edgy lines, it's got a lot of panels, but at the same time it keeps things simple yet fine. So here he is. First off, this is his vehicle mode, and he represents the show's accuracy very well. Might I say that he's missing some parts, like the little taillight parts right here, that would normally go right here, but can't ask for everything. Also, he's missing this little back portion, it's supposed to be more filled out in the back and in the front, so that's my only gripe with his vehicle mode. But overall, this is just amazing. The amount of detail, the sleekness, this is a nice car. And yeah, if I had a car, I would want this car, because it's just so nice, and it's very sleek and gets aerodynamic. So yeah, he rolls pretty well even on carpet, but yeah, very nice. And he just looks amazing. Like, if you resin casted him, and then casted him in all clear resin, painted only over the white parts, and used Tamiya red to do all the red and green parts, put LEDs in him, and just like RC'd him or something, like made him radio controlled, and just drove it around at night, that would be amazing. Just an amazing figure overall. Let's actually get into the figure. First off, these are his weapons. He has a pair of two, I guess, Energon samurai swords. They look kind of weird, but at the hilt here, he's got some inscriptions. I don't know how well you can see that. Doesn't actually say anything, but yep. Yeah, so there that is. He also has these very nice handles. His handles look nice. My only gripe is the sword is really small. This thing is tiny compared to the actual figure. It only makes about like 3/4 or half the car. But I was kind of wishing it'd be longer, because this looks very short and not impressive at all. It looks like a glaive, but yeah. So there that is. You can store the sword in two parts. There's this little hole right here. I'm pretty sure it's a 3mm peg, so you can just peg it in right there. And then they would store in right here, so you can kind of just slash cars as they come by. But that's kind of throws off the whole design of the actual vehicle. There are another set of pegs underneath here in which you can peg them in. And even when they're pegged in, they won't provide any interference from the wheels from the ground. But what I went ahead and did was I put in 2 pieces of plastic for his feet, which you guys will later see. But yeah, here he is. So, transform. First off, you want to pop this whole front section out. Just kind of pop everything out, but be careful. When you first transform it, you kind of feel like you're breaking it, but you're actually not. Just be super careful when you're popping everything out. Yeah, so then you just want to pop everything out. And then you'll have these 4 parts, which are basically the same as every other Transformer transformation. You just start unfolding things. So, first off, what you want to do is you want to fold this whole section down and push up this section. It's on a hinge, double hinge. You pop this up. At the same time, you reveal this little chest piece and his head. So there it is. Then you want to just flip up the whole shoulder section, and those will go ahead and fill out the parts of his body. And also right here, this actual crotch section is on a hinge, and there's a double peg in here, and you just peg in the back and peg up front, so it looks a little something like that. You can adjust the shoulder sections to how you want, but yeah, so far it looks pretty good. But yeah, also you need to split these little back sections, and it's a pretty weak joint, but yeah, so they'll often go back and forth throughout this whole review. But that is just the most amazing and show accurate thing I've ever seen. This whole just chest section, it just looks amazing. Like the head, even though we rarely see him in his regular G1 head thing, it looks good. But he looks a little short. It's stubby. Well, it looks fine right now because he's mostly untransformed, but later you guys will see. So you flip the eyes to the front, so it looks a little something like that. Then this is where it gets interesting. You want to push, oh wait, no. You want to untab the legs, or the feet, and then you push up, and then you rotate it. So you got that kind of joint action going on. Then you want to go, oh wait, no. Before you rotate it, what you want to do is you want to flip the leg, and it'll just peg into there. There's a little hole in there, and then you just close it up, then you flip the foot up. Now, previously the foot was about, like, not as big as the whole leg section, so it kind of bothered me because your foot's supposed to be bigger than your actual leg. So there that is. Even if you add a little piece of plastic there, it won't hinder the whole transformation or the vehicle mode. It still rolls pretty well, like I've shown you. So I definitely suggest that mod if you don't like the little tiny stubby feet. But yeah, you can't store the blades on the actual thing anymore. But if you cut away some of the plastic, I bet you can. But I don't really care. So doing the same to the other side, it's pretty simple. You just flip that up, rotate, flip over, flip out foot, and there we go. So there's half a Wheeljack. Now this is where things get kind of weird. Now what you want to do next is you want to pull out the arm and then just unfold it. And then right here, there's a little joint right there. You pull on it, rotate it around, press down, and look, a Transformer with two joints in a hand, which is very nice for a deluxe figure. And you just want to do the same to the other side. And there's Wheeljack. Now, everyone says that this is a great representation of him, and I can't argue personally, because he just looks nice. But if you guys notice something, his arms are huge. They're literally like gorilla arms. So that's pretty messed up, considering the lower half of his body is pretty small. So like, you could probably make a bust out of this. Yep. So his arms are a little too long. You can notice because they kind of hang all the way down to his lower foreleg. Yeah, foreleg. And also, he has these window panels sticking out, which is really just, like, it's not pleasing to the eye. And also, he looks more like this in the show, like, he has panels covering here. And also, yeah, just a lot of alsos, like, his arms, I actually took him out to see how he would look without his arms, and he looks fine. But, like, it's the arms that kind of just mess things up for me, because I don't like the gorilla look. He looks very sleek and samurai-ish. But here he is next to Fall Cybertron Optimus Prime. So, they're about the same height. Kinda, if you count Optimus' shoulders. But this is revealed later, that's why he looks like this. He's doing something with him, but yeah. And then also, he has this little unnecessary joint right here on his little kneecap. It's nice that they added it in, but the thing is, even if you transform it, this little joint will stress, and that's kind of making me afraid, because the way it's built, it's made so it'll stress the joint anyways, and eventually it will break off. So keep an eye out for that. Be careful. So let's go over to articulation before this video gets too long. Head is on a ball joint, rotate 360, go up pretty far. So you have that nice, I feel like it's kind of sunken in though, but that's fine because it's part of his whole, like, character. Arms rotate 360, goes up and down on a joint, bends at 2 points at the elbow, but it's kind of just like that. Hand, as I said before, it's got this little joint right here, so you can do that. It's also on a ball joint, so you can rotate, wiggle 360. Torso, nothing. Hips, up, that far back, that far up, that far out to the side. Rotates, or bends at the knee about 90 degrees. And the foot is on a ball joint that goes on its side, so you can perform more swivel right here. Or, like, there's a better joint when you're putting his leg at his foot at an angle. So there you are. So there's Wheeljack. Ultimately, I think he is a great figure, but unfortunately, there's no such thing as a perfect Transformer, unless, yeah, there really is no such thing as a perfect Transformer. There's always a flaw with the Transformers. It's either their vehicle modes or their robot modes, but Wheeljack here kind of jumps the flaw because he has an amazing vehicle mode, and if you overlook his arms, he has an amazing robot mode. He could almost be a perfect Transformer, but Hasbro, they're just kind of messing around a little bit. But yeah. Also, you have these swords. Didn't forget about them. Put them to the side. Alright, so for storage, you can put it in the same place. You can have that. Excuse me. You can have that around the side. You can hold it right there. Excuse me. Sorry, just burped. Yeah. Alright, and the amazing thing about this actual figure is he has virtually no back kibble at all. Nothing. He's just such a great figure. And if you do get this figure, I recommend getting Dr. Wu's Wheeljack figure, or Wheeljack upgrade, sorry. And that set looks amazing, but I'm not really prepared to shell out $10 on it since I already spent $10 on this guy. And I'll just make my own set of grenades. I'm thinking of making a jackhammer for him, but that's just entirely into future projects, unless I finish my old ones first, which is kind of the priority right now. So, yeah. And then, going back to the swords. Sorry, I'm getting a little off topic here, but yeah. This is the swords. What you go ahead and do is for storage, what you can do is you can put them in here, this little sheath, right here, where there's like a little hole right there. And they're perfectly made to fit the swords, so they're little sheaths. So he looks a little something like that. Yep. So, overall, this figure is fantastic, as I said earlier. I mean, he is just great. I mean, paint apps are good. There's a little bit of flaws here and there, like there's a bubble in the paint, but like when I took him out of the box, I knew that he was going to be a good figure. He smelled good. Yeah, he smelled good. It's kind of weird, but he smelled good, yeah. And yeah, just everything was so nice. And if every single Transformer Prime figure is like this, then I would get it, but I don't want to shell out that much cash. So, yeah. But before I go, I just need to show you guys some quick things. Hand, you can hold it in his hand, and this is what I mean by it kind of looks a little ridiculous. If they made the arm shorter and the sword bigger, it would make so much more sense, but unfortunately, they're just like unproportional stuff. So yeah. And also, one last bit before I leave off. Where was it? There's something around here. Yeah. Well, that's kind of it, I guess. There they are. Wheeljack and Optimus. And there it is. So, that's pretty much it for this review. I'm pretty sure I didn't leave anything out. If I did, just tell me in the comments below. Thank you. Alright. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.